What's up, YouTube? Good morning. Actually, afternoon. Good afternoon. It is noon, Wednesday, and we are still sitting here with no load. We have all these trailers on the other side. Everywhere there's trailers, everywhere. There's thousands of trailers here. But we have zero loads. So, I've been trying to book a load all morning. I booked about 2 or 3 loads, but there's been a mishap with each and every one of them. Either, I don't know, what was the first one? Either I tried to book it, they told me I could do it, and they called back, or I called them and they said it was taken already. Something canceled, something got postponed. Something's been, I don't know, guys. I don't know. If you watched my last video, you would notice, you would have heard me say that my patience is wearing real thin right now. So, let's just say if somebody offered me the right job at the right time, I just might take it. Just might. So yeah, like I said, we're standing here, walking through here. You got all these trailers. And we don't have any loads. So let's call around, because the load board is pretty dry right now for loads, the kind of loads that I can book coming out of here. So let's get back on this load board and try to find something else. All right, so as you all can see, out of the, 54,000 loads on the load board, there were about 287 coming out of Laredo today. But out of that 287 loads, I can only get a preloaded trailer coming out, because the trailer that I have currently, the one I dropped off was loaded, and that trailer goes across the border. And for those of you who are with Landstar, you're probably gonna be like, why would you take a preloaded trailer down to Laredo with nothing coming out? I had a load coming out that paid $3.50 a mile. It got canceled without me even knowing it. So I booked another load, that one got postponed. And so, so now we're stuck down here with Laredo with no load. And the 7 preloaded loads that were posted, I can't even book those because they're not an affiliated agency of the one that I dropped off. It's kind of complicated how it works, but the 7 loads posted on the load board that y'all saw, I can't get any of those. So I have to wait for the perfect load to hopefully maybe pop up. And it is currently Wednesday right now. And so I need something that I can pick up today and drop off, either deliver tomorrow or deliver Friday, because my pay period ends on Friday at noon. So if I don't book anything else that I can pick up today and deliver by Thursday or Friday, I'm only getting paid for the one load I brought out here. And with all the expenses and stuff coming out, only that one load, I'm not getting a check. So we got to figure something out. So I don't know, something needs to shake here pretty soon. I was called with a possible prospect load, So we're gonna check that one out and see what we get moving. This is my trailer from yesterday. Just waiting to go across the border. And we're parked right there. Well, guess we can see what's in the fridge to eat. Let's see here. Got some TV dinners in here. Everything else is frozen. Ooh, chicken pot pie. That might be good. Then we've got some spaghetti with meatballs, Stouffer's. I don't know, what should we cook? Oh, I know what we should make. Got some turkey sausage English muffins. Let's get those brewing. So, I've upgraded from the microwave, y'all. So, I did buy a little single skillet here. Not a skillet, but what do y'all call it? A burner. And I also bought like a little oven here. For those of you who've been getting on me about my eating habits and about cooking in the truck, we're gonna try it out without burning the truck down. So, let's figure out how to work this thing. So we can throw our little muffins here on in there. Guys, we have been driving around for the past 45 minutes looking for my trailer, and I don't see it. So I finally went into the office to see if they can track it, or if there was a tracker or something on it. And it's still in Mexico. So the trailer we dropped yesterday goes over to Mexico. Meanwhile, we're waiting on a preloaded coming over from Mexico. And so the trailer we're waiting on is still in Mexico. So yeah. So what we're going to have to do is either sit here and wait for that trailer to get over here to Mexico, or find another load and start all over again. So yeah, that's the dilemma. Okay, so we are in the office here at the orientation center, trying to find a load. It is currently, what time is it? It's about 3:30 or so, and we still have no load. We've been calling, either the loads are gone already, they don't have anything. I finally did book a load. It's an excellent paying load. Well, it was a good one. It was paid $5,000 going to Salt Lake City, Utah. $5,000, like $350 a mile. Something will happen with that one. It fell through. We had another load that's supposed to go up to Illinois, near the Chicago area. That one, I got dispatched on it. I booked the load. Everything was all going good. And so I booked another load after that one, thinking I would get that load. And then that one fell through. So I'm technically still dispatched under that load, but I just found out that the trailer is still in Mexico. So either I can sit here and wait for it to cross over customs and all that kind of stuff and get here to the terminal to hopefully be ready to go, or I can find something else. And so we're in the process of trying to find something else. So I'm working on something right now, but it's not looking good at all. So it's about 3:30 now. So I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. We'll try a few things here, and if these don't work, then I guess we'll have to see when we get there. Well, it's almost 7:00 in the evening, and we've been sitting here all day. And so they just told me that the trailer has arrived right after I booked another load. I finally found a load going up to Dallas for $1,600. It's like $330 or $350 a mile. Good load. And then they had one coming back down to Laredo for another $1,200. So that would have worked out perfect. And as soon as I booked that one, they called me and said, hey, the trailer was arrived. It's been there for 2 hours already. I said, well, I spoke to somebody 30 minutes ago, and they said that it was not here. So I don't know what's going on, but we're coming down here to see if the trailer's here. There she is. There she is. This is the trailer we've been waiting all day for, guys. All right. It's almost 7:00, and we've got 1,000 miles to get to our destination by 8 a.m. Oh, man. Okay. All right. Let's hook up to this joker and get on out of here. All right, let's pre-trip this trailer and get on out of here. Light works. I don't see any placket residue. Lights work. Lights work. Seals on there. Tires look okay. My tandems, they're in a okay spot. This load is only about 12,000, 13,000 pounds, so. All right. Everything looks good. Okay. All right, let's get on out of here. So I don't know if y'all have been paying attention or not. So here's a synopsis of the whole entire day. Well, the past couple of days. So Thursday, we picked up a load in Laredo. We took that down to 6 a.m. delivery. We get there, and it took them 6 hours to figure out that I did not have an appointment time. Whose fault was it? I have no idea. But I was forced to sit on that load until Tuesday because of Memorial Day. I had 2 loads booked over the weekend that I had to cancel. That was about $4,000 to $4,500 of revenue that I had to cancel. So I get there at 6 a.m. Friday. There's a lot of back and forth going on. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the last video or two, and you'll see it all explained. So I get there at 6 a.m. They can't figure it out. And so I have to sit on that load all the way until Tuesday at 3 a.m. After 3 a.m. delivery, I get in, they unload me, and then I take a little nap. I go down to Southwest Houston. I do a simple drop and hook of a load that I picked up in Houston going to Laredo for $2,200, about $7 a mile. So easy pickup. I take it down to Laredo, drop it off. I had a load going up to Denver for about $3,600, a little over $350 a mile. Excellent load. And then I had mishaps with that one because apparently that load had gotten postponed until next week. Almost, it got postponed a whole entire week. And I wasn't going to sit on that load for a whole entire week. The load was ready, but instead of a next day or a two-day delivery, it was pushed back all the way until next week. I said, no, I'm not doing that. Cancel that load. Found another load. Something happened with that one, didn't work out. Found another load. Something might happen, didn't work out. At this time, it's getting later and later on Tuesday evening. And so I said, screw it. I'll just wake up Wednesday morning and find a load. I did find a load that night, but I had to wait until the morning to book it. Get up that morning, try to call it in. They say, yeah, the load's available. It picks up at the terminal where you're at. It's a preload. So the load I picked up in Houston and took to Laredo for $2,200 goes over into Mexico. So I dropped that load off there at the terminal. Meanwhile, I had a preload waiting on me. And you Landstar drivers who are going to get on me for doing that, I do it all the time. There's a certain way of doing it to be successful at it. This is probably one of the very few times it did not work out in my favor. So I dropped that load off in Laredo. And my preload that came over from Mexico should have been there waiting on me like it always is. It was not. And so, well, first I was waiting on the paperwork. Nobody could give me the paperwork. We finally get a hold of the paperwork. They give it to me, send it over to me. I look around for about 40 minutes or so for the trailer. I can't find it. So finally I asked somebody in the office, I'm looking for this trailer, where is it at? They looked up the sensor or the radar on the trailer, the locator on the trailer, and the trailer is still in Mexico. And I'm like, what the heck? Yeah, it's in Mexico. It should be over in a few hours. So at this time, I'm looking for another load. I found one or two. For some reason, neither did those work out. I would call, either it was on the load board and had already been booked, and they should have taken it down but didn't. Or I would call on the load, they say, yeah, we'll send it over to you. And then they can't set an appointment time, and I'll never hear back from them. I would call in and say, hey, just checking. Oh, well, we'll call you back. We got to figure this out. Never called me back. Happened to me about 2 times in that small time frame. Meanwhile, I'm still waiting on that load to come across from the border. So then finally I called them like, hey, what is up with this load? At this time, it's about 5 p.m. I'm like, what is up with this load? Oh, well, come to find out the trailer, they had an issue with crossing at the border at customs. They had a problem. So we have to wait on the trailer to clear to get here. At that point, I said, you know what? Screw it, I'm just giving up. I go back on the load board. I'm looking for loads, and what y'all saw in the time lapse was me going in the Landstar database, trying to find some dedicated accounts just for in the future. So I'm going through every load that Landstar has done from April 1st all the way till today on specific lanes and specific cities that I like to run in. I'm looking for those loads. So that's what I did for the whole time I was sitting there. So I'm sitting there, a load popped up that went from Houston, Laredo up to Dallas for $1,600. It was like over $3 a mile. I said, okay, cool. I called the lady. She says, yeah, I have this load. It's sitting right there at the terminal where you're at. And I have one coming back down to Laredo for another $1,000. I said, can you give it to me for 12? She did her little magic. She said, yeah, I can do 1,200 going back down to Laredo. I said, all right, cool, easy. So I call, I secure that load, we're good. Then I get a text from the trailer that was crossing over the border and said, hey, the trailer made it, you can go pick it up now. I said, like, come on. At this point, it's about 7 o'clock in the evening. I said, what the heck? And so I verified that the trailer's there, and then I had to call the other load that I booked going to Dallas and call that one off. And so she wasn't too happy about that, but I was like, ladies, there's confusion all day. Which later she did post that load, guys, for $1,820, and she was trying to give it to me for $1,600. I guess it was getting later and later in the day. I don't know. And so they would get more desperate on that load being covered. So had I booked it, it would have been for $1,600. But later in the day, after I booked the other load, it ended up being $1,820. Whatever. So I'm kind of glad I didn't take that load, but it is what it is. But, so yeah, so we're heading up to Chicago to go drop off this load. I think it paid like $3,200. Delivers Friday at...
go past the stop sign.
Friday at 8 a.m. 2 stops within 15 miles of each other. So I'm gonna drop these off. And then I have another load, I think about 30 miles away, that goes to Kentucky. That pays about, I think, $11.50, I believe. But it's the same day delivery. So when I drop my load off, I drive 30 minutes up the road, pick that one up, and deliver the other one by 5 o'clock. 230 miles for $11.50. Can't beat it. So I'm gonna go drop that load off. Same day delivery. So now I'm trying to find one that I can pick up super late Friday night that I can deliver on Saturday to get that revenue in. So, yeah, but I have to get this load delivered on Friday by noon, because that's when my pay period ends. But yeah, this load is super light. It's like 12,000 pounds. So we can move pretty quickly to get it there to drop it off. So yeah, that's where we're at now. Super, super stressful. But if I can move my behind and get these loads knocked out and we don't have any more mishaps, I can still drop this load off Friday morning for $3,200. And then I can get that other load and have that dropped off by, what is it? Friday evening for another $11.50, and then find something I can still make some money on the weekend too. So stick around for the rest of the week. We'll see what happens. Right now we're about to get some fuel because we are on E because I idled last night because I just wasn't having it. I was frustrated, and so I said I deserve some AC. I do have an EPU, but it doesn't blow as cold as I'd like. So we idled last night because I was too upset to sit in the mediocre AC. So we're sitting here in the fuel island. We're about to get some fuel. I don't know. So that's been the kind of week we've been having. As far as staying with Landstar, I don't know. For those of you who don't know, I am purchasing this truck through an individual here at Landstar. And so until I pay this truck off, you know, I can only pay it off with being here with Landstar. If I quit, I lose the you know, everything I put into this truck. So staying with Landstar and paying this thing off would be ideal. But I'm not making the revenue I need to make. for obvious reasons. So I don't know. I don't know if I should give it up and just do the whole company thing for a little while, or try to pay this truck off. I don't know. I really don't know. So that's what I was on the computer doing earlier, trying to find some dedicated lanes. That way I can create my own dedicated run and I don't have to worry about this load board crap no more. I can just try to do this myself and just run something dedicated and not have to run the spot market freight with all this load board mess. So that's my potential plan to possibly save our situation, to where I don't have to give this truck up and everything we put into it. And then not only making the revenue I need to make just to feed my family, but I need to make some revenue to pay for the repairs on this truck if I decide to keep it. So I don't know, guys. There's so many different things that we can do. But right now I'm just focused on getting this load dropped off. Actually, I need to go on duty so I can stop my driving clock, because we're sitting here. We're getting fuel. So I might be able to save this week. I might even be able to make more money than I was going to make with that Denver load. I doubt it. But if anything, I'll be able to make close to it. So I don't know. I am going to try to book a load coming out of Chicago, going to North Carolina to go visit my buddy Brad out there. What's up, Brad? Brad has been helping me out. For those of you who don't know, he's a mechanic out in the North Carolina area, and he's been hitting me up. He watches the channel. He's an awesome subscriber, and he's been helping me out with the truck and trying to get some things figured out with this whole problem I've been having with it. So I'm trying to take a trip out there to get some content done with him out there in North Carolina. I do see some loads coming out of Chicago going out there. So Brad, as soon as I finish recording this video right now, I'm going to hit you up so I can see if we could link up out there, and I can spend the weekend with you and hopefully getting this truck figured out. So I don't know, but until we get something figured out, we're just right now just worried about today. The future, I have a lot of thinking to do on that. So right now, let's get some fuel and hit the road, get this load delivered on time so we can jump on the next one and move on with our life.
But I can picture us rolling, sliding, riding, driving, taking pics, enjoying the moment. See, when I'm with you, yeah, I feel the hate, consider it a bonus. I know they mad that I'm with you, and we became a component. But as the wind blows, so the sun shine in the morning. Meaning I never had to doubt the light's bright at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, I might go through some things and it would normally crumble, but we together and we can weather the storm. You got me, it's on. Man, I keep my focus, no distractions, LeBron. After the trophy, but they hoping that I'm lacking the heart. They think I'm joking when I say that you was right from the start. It ain't no way that I can win if we get broken apart. I know I need you like a bee needs his honey, like carrots and bunnies, like cheetahs and running, or like some food and I'm telling. All I need and all I ask for is you. Yeah, you the only one I need. So tell me, can we ride? Can we cruise? Take a ride with me. You can take a ride with me. Come on. You're the only one I need. I like it when it's you and me. Hey. Take a ride with me. Come and take a ride with me. Take a ride with me. You're the only one I need. Ooh, yeah. Oh, take a ride with me. Don't ever leave me. Will you take a ride with me? I'm glad you in it in my life. You decided to help me grow and get through it. See, I'm not perfect and I make mistakes. Sometimes they be foolish, but you look past it and you stuck around my ride in the truest. I guess you seen something in me to do it, and I'm thankful for real. You keep me going, take me far as I can. You push me hard and I'll get smarter, better father. Raise my daughters, help me grow and become grown as a man. You think they hear what I'm saying? A better position when I followed your plan. I put away my childish thoughts, it's time to think like a man. I guess the only way to show them is right out to the end. And never lose sight, stand focused, super glued to the plan. I know I need you like the country needs land, or like the church and needs fans, or like most children need playing, or like some love and romance. All I need and all I ask for is you. Tell me, can you ride with me? Can we slide? Can we cruise?
Take a ride with me. You can take a ride with me.
Yeah, yeah. Come on, yeah. And I'ma cherish the moment. I'm glad you in it in my life. You decided to help me grow and get through it. See, I'm not perfect and I make mistakes. Sometimes they be foolish, but you look past it and you stuck around my ride in the truest. I guess you seen something in me to do it, and I'm thankful for real. You keep me going, take me far as I can. You push me hard and I'll get smarter, better father. Raise my daughters, help me grow and become grown as a man. You think they hear what I'm saying? A better position when I followed your plan. I put away my childish thoughts, it's time to think like a man. I guess the only way to show them is right out to the end. And never lose sight, stand focused, super glued to the plan. I know I need you like the country needs land, or like the church and needs fans, or like most children need playing, or like some love and romance. All I need and all I ask for is you. Tell me, can you ride with me? Can we slide? Can we cruise?
Take a ride with me. You can take a ride with me.
Yeah, yeah. Come on, yeah.
You and me. Take a ride with me.
Take a ride with
Take a ride with me.
I need you. Don't ever leave me.
Take a ride with me.
Take a ride with me. Come on. I need you to.
I like it when it's you and me.
Come take a ride with me.
Take a ride with me.
Come take a ride with me.
Come and ride with me.
Ride by my side.
I need. I like it when it's you and me. Take a ride with me. Please come and ride
Won't you
with me.
take
The only one I need. I like it when it's you and me.
Well, we are parked, and this cop here has been a party pooper. So this truck stop is jam-packed. There's no more room to park. There's trucks everywhere. It's currently 5:30 in the morning. And this guy is going around and writing tickets for all the trucks that are not in a parking spot. Which, I mean, I get it or whatever, but I mean, as long as you're out the way, like, come on. For him, I can tell it's a money grab because he's just going around and having a good time writing tickets to every truck that's not in the actual parking spot. So yeah, that's going on. So yeah, we're parked. It's 5:30 in the morning. I'm not going to get my hours back until 3:30 in the afternoon. We are on I-30 east of Dallas. I think we're east of Sulphur Springs. Yeah, we're coming up on Sulphur Springs. So we're coming up on, well, we're in the Cumbie, Texas area, just west of Sulphur Springs. So it's obvious I'm about to go to bed. It is 5:30 in the morning and I need my sleep. We've been up all day since about 4 o'clock this morning with the whole load catastrophe crap going on. So we've still got 9.5 hours to go to get there, which is 684 miles to our destination. But we're gonna park here, get some sleep. Hopefully sleep until 3:30 in the morning, but it's probably not gonna happen. I'm probably gonna get up here in a few hours and start working on some load stuff. I don't know. But we're gonna sleep as long as we possibly can first. So if you have my number, don't call me. Please don't call me and wake me up. That would suck. That would really be bad. But yeah, stressful day, stressful week. But it looks like it might work out okay. I think he's writing him a ticket, even though the dude just parked there off for a couple of seconds. I don't know. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and all that good stuff. Be sure to continue to do so. In the meantime, this is Landstar, Texas Ranger. You Rangers, Rangerettes, Rangerettas, whatever you want to be called. I will see you guys here in a few hours.